I'm probably not the only one who's noticed that some married women are sometimes even more open to interaction than single ones. For example, when you don't yet know she's married and try to start a conversation. Many of them don't even wear rings, which would normally give you a clue. Or when you expect to meet a single woman on a dating app. After all, if she's on there, it's assumed she's available. And then, at some point, she tells you she has a husband and suggests that it's better to keep your communication discreet. What happens next can vary. In this video, I'll talk about the possible scenarios, what a woman might be trying to achieve in such situations, and the reasons behind all of this. The first thing that needs to be said: I'm convinced that if a woman, being married, is looking for someone else or is open to new connections, there can be no justification for it. That's just her nature. Some of these women try to justify it by saying things like, "You didn't love me enough," "You didn't pay me enough attention," and other typical excuses. In my view, the only fault the man has in this situation is that he once failed to see that she wasn't suited for a relationship and made her his wife. Because if she was that unhappy with him, she could have left and only then looked for another man and not do things that make her husband grow an extra pair of horns. What goals does a married woman have when she agrees to such meetings? Essentially, there are only two main goals. The first is simply to have a good time and enjoy some entertainment of an obvious nature, without any hint of something serious. The second possible goal is that she wants to jump from one branch to another. In other words, she wants to start a relationship with the new man. But since she's not yet sure about him, she stays with you for the time being. Whatever the goal may be, in most cases the reason is this: she knows you inside and out. She knows how you'll behave and what you'll do in any given situation. There's no intrigue, no excitement. Plus, everyday family issues and domestic routine leave their mark. Another factor is that in this relationship, the woman has already achieved everything. She has the marriage, and often a child too. Life turns out to be a bit too good. Here, I like the analogy with goals. When you have goals, you strive to achieve them. A car, an apartment, and so on down a long list. But once you have all of that, and you either can't come up with a new goal or simply don't want to, that's when destructive processes begin. Many people pick up or worsen bad habits. They start using all sorts of forbidden things. In short, this kind of thing can happen from having life too good, or on the contrary, from life being too bad. In the context of marriage, something similar happens to many women, figuratively speaking. Only instead of turning to bad habits, they start looking for someone else. What other reasons might there be? For example, she has girlfriends who do the same thing, and they tell her it's perfectly normal. The saying, "Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are," fits this situation 100%. Another reason is the man losing his leadership in the relationship. It often happens like this. The wife gradually pushes the husband into a submissive role, and the man, through his behavior, agrees to it. It happens slowly and gradually, so much so that you might not even notice. In the end, every situation is unique, but patterns don't lie. Whether it's boredom, influence from others, or a lack of emotional connection, the signs are there. The key is to recognize them early and decide what kind of relationship you truly want to be in. I hope this video helps you to make the right decision. See you in the next video.